Okay, Brian Tatler is here with me, the guy who inspired Metallica. And thank you very much you come today to see me. And tell me, it was really only reason for Lars when he was 17 to came to England to only see your band and listen your song live. Was there any other reason?
I think the only other reason was Motorhead. He was a big fan of Motorhead, and I think he set up a chapter of the Motorhead fan club in San Francisco or Los Angeles. So I think he probably thought while he's in England he would probably try and hook up with Motorhead. But I think the main reason was, like you say, to come and see Diamond Head, because we were on tour, and he managed to come to the last night of the tour when we played London.
Mm-hmm. Well, I always wonder what I mean. How did you know it was an internet at this time? How did you know it? Where are you going to play?
We used to get, there was a magazine called Sounds at the time, before Kerrang. This is 1981.
It was released in America?
I think you could get it in America, especially with Lars being Lars. He would track things down, and he was such a fan. He would probably go to his newsagent and say, I want to order a copy of an English magazine called Sounds, and get it in for you, wouldn't they? Like over here, if I wanted to buy, for example, Rolling Stone, I could probably order a copy. Mm-hmm. So he did the same. He would order an English magazine called Sounds, and our tour would be advertised in Sounds, and he would find out. Mm-hmm. And he'd already bought the album mail order through Sounds, because we sold our album mail order, and I think he wrote to our fan club as well, and wanted to know various things.
I see. Well, I think you've been taken to see Diamond Head rehearsal, didn't you?
Yes, I think so. He came to rehearsals, and we used to go around to the singer's house, Sean Harris's house.
Was it in Stourbridge?
Yeah, in Stourbridge. And he had a little 4-track, reel-to-reel TAC 4-track recorder, and we used to write songs and make demos in Sean's bedroom. And there definitely were a couple of times where Sean and I were writing songs, and Lars would be sat in the corner, watching what we were doing.
And what he was exciting, he was trying to play something with you, or just maybe just sitting
No, he never played anything at all. And he never even said, I'm a drummer, or I want to be a drummer, or I want to form a band. He just seemed to be a big fan, and just like a bit of a, fan of the band, and fan of all things,
So that was adventure for him to watching you?
I think it was just, he'd been invited into our little world, and he was just fascinated by what was happening around him, writing songs, rehearsing, recording demos, things like that. So he probably just found it all, intriguing. And probably at the back of his mind, he might have been thinking, this is the sort of thing I want to do, when I can get back to the States, find a singer, and I'd like to form a band.
But he was trying to call their parents, told them what he's doing now. Maybe, they'll be thinking what is going on with Lars, because his parents were in the United States, he was in England. Did he try to call them and tell them what he's doing?
No, I don't think so. I think,
He just escaped from the house.
I always thought for a 17-year-old lad to fly all the way over from LA on his own, I thought it was quite brave of him, and quite liberal of his parents to let him do that. A lot of young chaps would say, I want to go and doss around in America, and they'd say, no, you can't do that. You've got to go to college, you've got to go to work, And he stayed with us for about 6 weeks or something. And I used to think, well, where's he getting this money from, And how come his dad isn't panicking and stuff, So perhaps he phoned his dad now and again, and let him know he's safe and things like that. But as I say, maybe his parents were pretty liberal, that they allowed him to follow his dream and do what he wanted to do, and not be too restrictive on him. And of course, he's proved everybody right, hasn't he? That he obviously knew what he was doing, and he did the right thing by following his dream. But at 17, that's quite quite a thing to do, I think. You know, I never flew to the States when I was 17.
In 1986, you've been playing with Metallica on station Birmingham Odeon.
That's Birmingham Odeon.
Yeah,
that's right.
There was Cliff Burton with them.
That's right, Cliff Burton. So I met Cliff.
You met him just I think 1 week before he died.
That's right. It was the 20th of September, 1986, and then Cliff died on the 27th of September. So yeah, a week before he died. And that's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you spoke to him? Do you remember
yes,
him?
I can't remember what he said. I think really, I mean, I knew Lars already because I'd met Lars 5 years before that. So we'd stayed in touch. Lars used to write me letters and things. And then when they came to Birmingham to do the first time they played Birmingham, which was the Master Puppets tour, so they played Birmingham Odeon, and Lars called me on the afternoon and said, "Come down and, you know, we come see my band, and maybe get up and do Am I Evil, you know, with us." And I'm like, you know, or I don't know, maybe, possibly, we'll see. And anyway, so when I went backstage, I was taken backstage, Lars introduced me to James and Kirk and Cliff. So, because of course I'd never met these three guys before. And they were all really pleased to meet me, which I thought it was always quite nice, you know. So, you know, great to meet you, because they were fans of Diamond Head as well, and they probably never thought
playing your songs.
Yeah, they probably never thought they'd meet Diamond Head, and they were quite made up at that. So I think they just couldn't be nicer, really. That's the impression I got. They were so friendly and nice to me that it just seemed, you know, a nice thing to do, and I was happy, you know, to go on stage and play Am I Evil with them, because why not? You know, it's my hometown as well, and I could still remember how to play it.
So when you saw Lars Band, that was the first time when you saw Lars Band in Birmingham.
Yes. Yeah.
So what was how did you react when you saw the first time? Did you feel that this is really a huge band or something? This is new wave of metal?
No, I thought it was incredibly fast and exciting and powerful, but I didn't think they were going to be as big as they became, really. I didn't think this is, you know, incredible. I just thought, one of the things that flashed through my mind was, if any of them left, it would be very hard to replace, because it seemed so complicated and so tight, especially they opened with Battery, which was like, you know, the galloping beast, isn't it? And I just thought, if one of them left, how on earth could you replace? You know, and then teach the person all these complicated time signatures and riffs. You know, and I mean that's what happened, probably enough. But no, at the time I couldn't quite understand what they were doing. I got it a few years later. You know, I got into sort of songs like For Whom the Bell Tolls, Creeping Death, and then One, and things like Harvester of Sorrow. I started to understand what they were doing. But when I first was confronted with Metallica live and just blasted with, you know, Battery and Master of Puppets and things, I didn't really, you know, get what they were doing. I just thought it was, you know, wow, it's not really like Diamond Head now. It's quite a bit faster and more aggressive than we were.
So you said you've been playing a gig in Poland 1 year ago.
Yeah, no, it's 2 years ago now, so it's 2009, it's August.
So I know all Polish Metallica fans know Diamond Head because of the covers they did. Yeah. And tell me how people react on your music.
It was good, it was worth doing. Yeah, we got to headline this show in Poland, but I forgot where it was. I mean, you can find it on the website, it's there.
There were some other bands playing with you?
Yeah, there were, but I can't even remember what they were called. The band on before us was like a big metal prog band, you know.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if that rings any bells. But if you go on the Download website, there's pictures and a set list and a little bit about the gig. But the names escaped me, you know. I mean, we've just done probably another...
Is it Polish fans react the same than, for example...
Is it Fana Rock Festival? FAN?
Yeah, there's something like that.
That one, that's it. And it was in a football ground, like a little football ground, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
That's it. Fana Rock Festival. It was very good and we really had a good time.
Yeah, okay. So Diamond Head is gonna play in Poland someday.
Well, we'd like to. We'll play anywhere as long as we get the,
It depends from the band or maybe from.
No, it depends from the promoter. The promoter's got to be prepared to pay the band, book flights, book hotels, transport. So it becomes a cost thing. I mean, we did one in Norway just, and that was great. Again, as long as everything can get paid for and covered, and we can all make a little bit of cash. We don't know where we go really. We're happy to go there, if they'll have us. It's not really the band. We're not fussy about where we play. It's more to do with the promoter if they're prepared to take that financial risk.
Yeah, I see. Well, thank you, and join me today.
No problem.
It's really an honor for me. Respect, man. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming to see me and Diamond.